Welcome back to the Scale Builders Guild. Thanks again for watching, and welcome to the Monthly Mayhem Challenge Week 1. This is super exciting for me. Josh and I have been working on this idea for a little while now. It's going to be a monthly series, not every month, but a monthly series where we take 4 weeks and do something crazy.
Don't mind if I do!
There will be a new video every Wednesday and a following vlog Friday where we react to each other's weekly video. The idea is to do something a little out of the box, a little bit crazy, and challenge each other to see who can do it better. For the first monthly challenge, Josh and I have decided to tackle a project that we've decided to call DragBolt. And I'm sure you can get a pretty decent idea of what that means, but we're going to use the old DeadBolt SCX10II and try to make that the fastest solid axle SCX10II on the market. And you're saying, what? That's crazy. It's not crazy, it's mayhem. Top speed here is the goal, and we've got some very specific rules that we have to follow to make sure that we're both doing this fairly. Let me go through some of those rules so you are on the same page we are. And if you feel like playing along with our monthly mayhem, by all means go ahead. Just make sure that you're being as safe and following the same set of rules that I'm going to lay out for you here. Number 1 has to be solid axle AR44s. No wider than the stock track width, so that means you can't go any wider than where the tires stick out currently, and we're going to be very particular about that rule. Must maintain the stock wheelbase. Must keep most of the SCX10 chassis that exists. Note we said most. I'm pretty sure Josh put that in there so we can cut it up and do all kinds of goofy things to it. Must keep the DeadBolt body. We want it to continue to look like a DeadBolt in some small way, and we want to maintain that sort of challenge of moving that brick through the air fast. Must keep the cage and have a driver. And of course, that's because we need to keep this as scale as possible. The speed runs will consist of a Bonneville style, so that means you have to do back-to-back runs, and the average speed is what we are going to measure as our top speed. Speed must be measured by GPS. So how are we doing that? Well, I'm using an old iPhone 4S with the GPS app loaded onto it. Battery is limited to 4S LiPo. There are no budget restrictions, and there are no distance restrictions for that Bonneville style run. That's it. Nothing else is specifically mentioned in the rules, so those are the rules we are going by. Including this intro, there will be 5 videos. Video number 1, obviously, is this intro video and baseline speed set by GPS, so we know how fast the stock DeadBolt is. Week 2 and 3 will both be upgrade videos with speed runs attached. Week 4 will be an upgrade video with no speed run. Week 5 will be any final upgrades, and the final speed run and its measurements will be presented in that video. Of course, we want you to see these videos, so make sure that you like, subscribe, and if you haven't already, hit that notification bell because we want to make sure you see these updates happening in real time. Now, let's talk a little bit about the DeadBolt itself. As it stands, it's an SCX10II. This is its stock configuration. Nothing has been changed, and it is not a fast truck out of the box, even on 3S. That said, I think there's a lot of potential here and some very cool hacks to make this truck go very quickly.
And I miss you.
We're not just talking about changing opinion here to get a little more speed. We're talking about changing the dynamics of how this truck works. And I'm very excited to try to do this. I think it's going to be a ton of fun, and there's going to be a lot of cool educational things along the way. I don't really have a goal in mind. My goal obviously is to try to beat Josh at his own game. He is a very smart guy when it comes to the engineering of these trucks, and I'm much more of the looks good kind of guy. We did a bumper sticker for the SBG a little while ago. All show, no go, and I'm certainly that sort of builder. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go in whole hog, and I'm gonna make it happen as best as I can anyway. So in terms of my guesses towards top speed, I'd love to see something in the 60 mile an hour range. I think that would be intensely crazy for an SCX10II. I don't think it's not impossible. I don't think it's impossible to hit that speed. Maybe even go faster. I would love to see something just totally off the charts. 80 miles an hour? Am I crazy? Do you think that's even possible? Put your predictions in the comments below. I'd love to hear your feedback. One of the apps I've got is Gear Speed, and this is gonna come in very handy. It's a nice little app. Essentially what it allows you to do is select a pinion, select a spur, select your transmission drive ratio, and it will give you a final drive ratio as well as predicted speeds based on LiPo battery power. So I've already plugged in a few things that I think we're gonna get out of it. And it'll also be kind of a little fun little way to see how my predictions stack up to actual real world tests. So we will see how close I am to that in 1 second as soon as we go outside. So here we are outside. I've got my test set up. I've marked out 100 feet in this fairly abandoned parking lot. There's a little bit of noise here and there, but not so bad. There is some danger though. Due to Mikey G. I'm not sure who Mikey G is, but he's probably a dangerous fella. Anyway, we've got the test set up. We're gonna do a couple runs here and see what our average speed is going to be at over those 2 runs. That was a blistering 5.9 miles per hour maximum speed, averaging, after a little bit of slowdown there, 5.1 miles per hour. That's not good. That's not fast at all. That was an unexpectedly slow top speed. But as an aside, as a bonus, it means we can only go faster from here. Wow, 5.9 miles per hour. That's really slow. That's really slow. But like I said, good news, we can only go faster from here. Make sure you like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of the updates on Monthly Mayhem Challenge. Hope to see you again in week 2. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you again soon.